Hello, chums. My name is Mr. B, the Gentleman Rhymer, and I'm in a very large empty church in East London. But as Sir Nodwood of Holder might say, it's Christmas. Mistook me for a sterling cove to set about sending out an invitation to Hove to a Christmas soiree. Well, you'll be sorry, you see, our wife is chaste. Well, she's more like Matahari, it's traditional to eat mince pies and such. An additional treat to me is much more festive. In a carnal sense, while you and Arnold Spence shout out an armor's thence, I shall slip away from the turgid gloom of your 30s room, and your wife consume a true pontificate over your life in doom. Me and the trouble and strife do the old boom boom. You can wait under the mistletoe, this'll go down like a little hill drowning in awkwardness. Awkwardness for sherry will get you muck. Well, do I give a damn? The turkey's basted and your husband's wasted on brew, so I might just risk some adultery Christmas with you. He's sick to his belly from drinking cheap sherry and stew, so I might just risk some adultery Christmas with you. If you don't want your wife to become a shareable whore, then you must try not to be such a terrible bore. I bear no animosity toward you, just a sense of regret, but I've done nothing illegal yet. The gift I give to your Christmas crib is for women's lib. Now don't hit my rib. Your wife displeased with abounding ain't easy. When it's over garden fences, it makes me quite crazy. A cricket bat was born off of violence and the like. And isn't that the chain from your pedal bike? Well, I'd like to hang around and shoot the breeze, but I've become attached to my knees. Yes, I share Christmas kisses with your pissed up missus, and I see that your wishes, I sleep for the fishes. I'm sure your wife will be perfectly fine. We're in East London, have a go on mine. The turkey's basted and your husband's wasted on brew, so I might just risk some adultery Christmas with you. He's sick to his belly from drinking cheap sherry and stew, so I might just risk some adultery Christmas with you. Be a sport. I don't mean it. Boom, boom. Thanks all in internet land. So my friends, here we are in an empty church in East London. There were going to be some people here, but now there are not, as we all know. So what I'm going to do is play a few numbers. I hope you don't mind. I may be rusty. I've not really done many shows this year, as you can well imagine. So I'm going to play a little number from my album before last, Dandinista, which is one that I often open my show with. I'll say no more. It goes a little something about this. Although I will say, I will be playing a little festive Brexit-themed song later, and I would like to point out now that this is very much not it. Again at a chap hop show, we're terribly excited and raring to go. Will he play Timothy? Probably not. Will he play obscure stuff that I haven't got? More likely. And now I hear the groan of disappointment. You should have known I'm a contrary cove. You've overestimated me. I've a better place to be where I might remove my strides and prepare a cup of tea. Find the Welsh channels on the telly. Pop the contents of the minibar into my belly, so let's plough through this rubbish one more time before off to Bedfordshire I climb. And when I sell you merchandise, we'll be the best of friends. But that friendship's bound to die when that transaction ends. Why? I'm looking forward to leaving. I'm looking forward to getting gone out. I'm looking forward to leaving. Oh, that's what I'm all about. I'm sure your company's rather splendid, but you know that when we talk, I can't wait to end it. Leaving's just my favourite thing to do. Oh, that's true. I don't know why I open with this one, but, you know, it happens. Now it's not your fault, you're all perfectly grand. I'm just habitually like to leave whenever I am. I'm sure you're nice and I'm sure you are too, but it's something that they just have to do. When ladies take my hand and try to lead me to the floor, I'll bust a chap rock for their eyes, then chap step out the door. I'm looking forward to leaving. I'm looking forward to getting on out. I'm looking forward to leaving. That's what I'm all about. I'm sure your company's rather splendid, but you know that when we talk I can't wait to end it. Leaving's just my favourite thing to do. That's true. It's all been nice, now I must go and watch the lovely ladies phone-in show. By accident, of course, not by design. Here we go. Thank you, sound man. So, my friends, I think it's time to play a little old classic for you. I'm sure I don't need to tell the fine people of YouTube anything about the history of hip-hop, but I'm sure you'll know that hip-hop was invented in 1973 by a chap called DJ Kool Herc, who put on a party at 1520 Sedgwick Avenue in the Bronx in order to raise funds for his younger sister to be able to afford a school uniform. The altruistic beginnings of hip-hop, which I'm sure continue to this very day. I'm sure Kanye does that sort of thing all the time. But the thing I like about this story most, of course, is that DJ Kool Herc, who was the godfather of hip-hop, his real name was, in fact, Clive. That's right, hip-hop was invented by a man called Clive. So with that in mind, here's a little history lesson, so do pay attention. What we're going to do right here is go back, way back into time. With a little history lesson, so what I'm going to do here is 47 years of hip-hop history condensed into a mere 5 minutes or so. Featuring me myself, I'm a little banjolele. It goes something like this. Hip-hop, hippie, hippie-dippy, hip-hop, you don't stop. Rocking to the bang-bang boogie, say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie the beat. Now what you heard is not a test, I'm rapping to the beat. And me, the groove, and my chums are going to try to move your feet. You see, I am Mr. B, I'd like to say hello. To the black, to the white, the red and the brown, the purple and yellow. But first, I've got to bang bang, the boogie to the boogie, say up, jump the boogie to the bang bang boogie, let's rock. You don't stop, rock the rhythm, that'll make your body rock. Well, so far you've heard my voice, but I brought two friends along. And next on the mic, I run DMC. Come on, chaps, sing that song. Well, I'm the king of rock, there is none higher. Sucker MC should call me sire. To blow my castle, you must use fire. I won't stop rocking till I retire. Well, I rock the party, come correct. All the cuts are on time and rhymes connect. I got the right to vote, I will elect. Other rappers can't stand me, but give me respect. They do give respect, but they may act up a little. They're awfully nice chaps, generally speaking, and well-educated too, and they do love a banjolele, so thus, let's rock.
Yeah!
Wait for it.
Kick it!
You wake up late for school and you don't want to go. You ask the ma please, but she still says no. You miss 2 classes and no homework. But your teacher beats his class, you got a bad nincompoop. You got to fight. Well, you're right. Party! You got to fight. Well, you're right. Right, sing along time, everyone at home. Simply repeat after me as loud as you possibly can. Oh, hey. Your turn. Oh, hey. That's beautiful, I can hear you.
You're blind, baby. You're blind from the facts. Oh, you are, because you're watching that garbage.
Let's put me hip out. Here's a Slayer riff for you. You Slayer fans, and I'm sure. The one when we decent men all pause. And if you had a woman, she may make you forget chores. There's a 5-letter word to describe her character. Her brain's been washed by an actor. Any real man that tries to approach, he really rather gets dissed like a rope. I don't think I can handle. She goes channel to channel, looking for a hero. She watched Channel Zero. And then look at the ladies laugh. Not me, the other one. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years, rocking my tears and putting suckers in fear, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom, explosion. Overpowering, over the competition, I'm towering, a record shot. When I drop these lyrics, that'll make you call the cops. Don't you dare stare, you better move. Don't ever compare me to the rest that have all been sliced and diced. Competition's paying a price. I ain't gonna knock you out. Mother says knock you out. I ain't gonna knock you out. Mother says knock you out. I ain't gonna knock you out. Mother says knock you out. I ain't gonna knock you out. Mother says knock you out. Break down. And along came the Daisy Age, you see. 3, that's a magic number. Yes, it is. It's a magic number. Somewhere in this hip-hop stereo community was born 3 champs and me. That's a magic number. That was a comedy cough. It's not good. Don't worry. So it only remains me now to introduce to you your lecturer. My name is Mr. B. What? And I am the gentleman rhymer. What? My name is Mr. B. What? And I am Mr. B, the gentleman rhymer. I thank you awfully. I'm going to pop the banjolele down now for a bit. Don't get cold, you'll be fine. Everything's going to be all right. So, my friends, I'm going to play you another little Christmas number now. I'm going to play a few Christmas numbers now. This one, I have done a, what you might call a John Lewis remix. The John Lewis remix will, in fact, be on my Christmas single, which is coming out tomorrow, but more of that later. I hope you've all done your Christmas shopping. I know that Christmas shopping can be a tricky business. It can be stressful every now and again. And here's a little story along those lines. I hear that Christmas can be tricky when you're a dad, especially when the adverts are particularly sad. You'll spawn demand the presents you could have only dreamt about, and you have to go and buy them now before they all run out. So here's a cautionary tale, an extraordinary fail. Pass it on to others, and perhaps they'll think twice about the choice of parenting style. So do allow me, please, to regale you for a while. Are we sitting comfortably at home? Then I'll begin. My chum Super Dickie has a son named Billy, and the young man is really rather good. So when young Billy requested what he really, really wanted for Christmas, Dickie said he would buy whatever it was for the boy, because the boy had been as good as gold. But when he found the last one in the supermarket, some other blighter had already grabbed a hold. So they tooled and fro between politeness and goading, in the aisle as the public stood and stared, as the pleas for worthiness were heard, and the toy-based grievances were verily aired. Till Dickie got a little bit overexcited, an argument turned into fisticuffs. When I saw what happened, I thought, Dickie, this is really rather risky stuff. As my chum rain blows down upon the chap's head, somebody screams, stop, he's already dead. As the body lay lifeless beneath the strip lighting, it dawned on Dickie now that Christmas was less inviting. The thought of the festive season banged up in the cell began to make a protagonist feel a tad unwell. He asked me to tell his son what he'd done. I thought, oh, well, that'll be fun. So I phoned Billy and began with this. Just simply, I saw your father beat a man to death in Tesco's. The Rosses, they arrived and informed him that he'd best go. Off to Chokey for a couple of years or so. He asked if I'd let his dinners and his dinners know that if you want to see your father at Christmas, I wouldn't expect so. Sorry. Yes, I know, Billy. Honestly, I was there, I understand. It really wasn't your father's fault. I mean, if anything, you should perhaps be blaming yourself. I'm sorry. Don't shoot the messenger. I saw your father beat a man to death in Tesco's. The Rosses, they arrived and informed him that he'd best go. I know the thing that makes you most report is that Mr. B was in Tesco's at all. So let's just pretend that the whole thing happened in Waitrose. Why don't we? It's another Christmas shopping song. I'm still in time. I've not done this a while, so I might cock it up. When October comes around and the children start to make their lists, they write to Father Christmas and ask for all manner of gifts. The latest Pixar exploitation toy makes them impatient for this, so they can unwrap it and proceed to smash it to bits. But I never made one myself, because I never saw my first choice on the shelf. They tried to help me when they bought me something else, but I don't go a lot on Trolls and Elves, because all I want for Christmas is an original Jawa with vinyl cape. Yes, all I want for Christmas is an original Jawa with vinyl cape. All I want for Christmas is an original Jawa with a vinyl cape, or perhaps the original Liam Numb when they thought he was the size of a human. I remember as a flanner in New York City, perusing the toy stores on the shelf, it hit me. Could it really be, as I rubbed my eyes, small in size, a cloak without lines or creases, but off the plastic construction? Could this finally be the introduction to a dream years tried? I screamed inside because the chap only screams inwardly, you'll find. So I took the package to the large cashier, full of hope and ardent cheer. It leant in closely and quietly implored, "This is not the toy you're looking for." "My good man," I said, "you surely jest. It's not poorly dressed in a corny vest. His suit is as shiny as my Sunday best." "I know," said he, "but we've done the test. It's a reproduction, a homemade cape. I'm afraid, my friends, you'll have to wait another year for your Christmas wish. St. Nick's dished out another disc like this, when all I want for Christmas is an original Jawa with vinyl cape. Yes, all I want for Christmas is an original Jawa with vinyl cape. Yes, all I want for Christmas is an original Jawa with vinyl cape. All I want for Christmas is an original Jawa with a vinyl cape. Give it to me." I know one of you out there's got it. Hand it over. It has to be done. All I want for Christmas is an original Jawa with vinyl cape. Yes, all I want for Christmas is an original Jawa with a vinyl cape. Thanks awfully. So, my friends, it comes that time. I've done something this week. I've accidentally made myself a Christmas single. It's a double A-side. There is the John Lewis version of the song "I Saw Your Father Beat a Man to Death in Tesco's," and there is also this little number. Now, I'm going to do what the young rappers do, because I've only just written this, and I'm going to rhyme it off my phone. I think I know how it goes, but this is a worldwide global audience of perhaps 20 or 30 people, so it's important I get it right. It goes a little something like this. Strong Andy Williams vibes, you see. I was just looking down to check if that was a rocking chair or not, but I believe not. Never mind. Now I've forgiven Father Christmas for what he did before. Now I finally got around to cleaning the mess up off the floor. I must be feeling rather festive, because it was quite a chore, and it will continue to stink the place out till 2034. So I've written him a Christmas list and pinned it on the door. Roland MC101, a Roland SB404, SX or A. I'm not bothered because I've read the specs, I'm not bothered anymore. A pocket operator that will play to all that I adore. Now I know I must have read my note because it's missing from the drawer and been replaced with a little missive on which was written the answer for my requests, and I confess it rather made me sore. It explained in the plainest of terms what I have in store. I'm getting the blame. getting the blame for Christmas. I'm getting the blame. I'm getting the blame. I'm getting the blame for Christmas.
Same procedure as every year, James.
Well, if Santa says it, and so does the person who apparently is running the country, then it surely must be true. It's not my fault, it's not his fault, it's mine, and yours, and yours, and yours, and yours, and yours, and you over there, and you at the back, and you over there somewhere like in the United States, and you here. It's everyone else's fault but his. Because I'm getting the blame for Christmas. Yes, my friends, as I said, I'm writing the, this will be available tomorrow from mrbethegentlemainrhymer.bandcamp.com. And by the way, while you're here, in the description, there's a little tip jar, which will go, a little bit will go to me, some of it will go to this beautiful church, which churches always need a bit of dosh, and will go to our crew here. So, you know, what you'll be doing is what we call supporting the arts. You know, I know it's a strange concept, but let's do that, shall we? So if you fancy popping a little bit in there, it'll just go to help us not all starve to death, what have you. That would be ideal. So, as I said, that I'm Getting the Blame for Christmas is my brand new Christmas single that's coming out tomorrow. The B-side will be the John Lewis remix of I Saw Your Father Beat a Man to Death in Tesco's. But in the meantime, I'm going to play a little number here, which is about those lovely Christmas adverts we seem to be seeing all the time these days. It goes like this. I hear a whisper, the siren call of an English songstress. Look, I see a bunny or some sort of woodland creature in mild distress. Listen, I recognize the song. Was it Go West or Wham or Gong? Hark, I hear a Cockney inflection. It shows us the Christmas won't be long. Hush. I hear a whisper, hush again, I hear an acoustic guitar, or perhaps a ukulele. We're bound to hear them daily, that's how we know that Christmas is not too far. But I've just seen the saddest Christmas advert in the world. I think it's got a snowman, or an old man, or a girl. Music from a recent past, a tale of peace and joy. It makes one want to cry and buy toys. Buy toys, everybody. If your life's no bagatelle, then you must be unwell. We use the weapons of paradise to create our little hell. I'm the forgotten veteran of the banality war, watching you pore over your vanity score. Spend our lives chasing glossy little rainbows, complain about the comfort. As soon as the pain goes, obtain those goals. Buy those white goods, your rights should be upheld. You have the right to be under our spell. I've just seen the saddest Christmas advert in the world. I think it's starred a snowman or an old man or a girl. Music from a recent past, a tale of peace and joy. It makes one want to cry and buy toys. So, my friends, what I'd like us to do at home now, I'm going to play another Christmas one here. I mean, it's Yuletide. It's time for this sort of thing. I'd like us to imagine if you could grab the nearest bit of soft furnishing or a scarf. If you can find a scarf, grab a scarf. I'd like to imagine we're at Top of the Pops at Christmas 1973. Let's say John Peel is presenting it, because that would be nice. Let's forget. Anyway, so we'll be waving our scarves. I'll be playing what I attempted to. I started one of those Facebook campaigns to try and get this number to Christmas number 41 in, 2012, I think, something like that. And I failed, so there you go. Here's a festive tale for you all, people. Get those scarves up. And let's rock. It was the night before Christmas, when all around the house were scattered small puddles of famous grouse. An early gift from a maiden aunt. I thought I'd drink this rot, I know I shan't. The plant's got a good risky watering though, after my risky sauntering home from the club. Beyond a quick pop into the pub, to extol tales of old, to the pros in their ruddy luggos. And they were cold, I know they found my jolly stories rather cold. They went down gladly like a Tory troll, it's a glory hole, I digress. So Betty made a crease in my Sunday best. When I arrived home in a stupor, oh super I thought, Father Christmas is a trooper. I'm leaving some port under the tree as a treat to help him on his way. And a carol for Rudolph, to help her in his sleigh. I placed the offerings beneath the tree with a note which read, Santa, thanking ye to enjoy the small gifts that I'd given thee. But when I woke, the fat git had taken liberties. Just one glass of sherry, I thought that was clear, and the carrot was food for your reindeer. Oh Santa, don't darken my chimney again. An empty bottle beneath the tree, and a carrot besmirched by fecal debris. Oh Santa, don't darken my chimney again. I come down on Christmas morning to a terrible sight. I thought at first a burglar had come in the night. A sherry bottle on the fire and sherry dripping from the ceiling. Now the Christmas dinner seems somewhat unappealing. Since he did that to a carrot, my confidence is murky. I see whether he didn't do something rather similar to the turkey. Next year though, I shall find out the truth. I shall await the cheeky blighter with a shotgun on the roof. If I may be permitted to state a natural fact, Father Christmas committed an unnatural act. Oh Santa, don't darken my chimney again. He finished my supply of fortified wine, then he popped a carrot where the sun doesn't shine. Oh Santa, don't darken my chimney again. This is so the wrong setting for this, I'm so sorry. Get your scarves out. It's sing-along time. Oh, I wish he hadn't have done that on Christmas Day. Oh, I wish he hadn't have done that on Christmas Day. Going up. Oh, I wish he hadn't have done that on Christmas Day. If I may be permitted to state a natural fact, Father Christmas committed an unnatural act. Oh Santa, don't darken my chimney again. He finished my supply of fortified wine, then he popped a carrot where the sun doesn't shine. Oh Santa, don't darken my chimney again. Why would he do such a thing at Christmas? Maybe a better setting would have worked. So my friends, I'm going to sing a little another little interpretation of a modern rhythm and blues classic for you. This song, I'd like to point out, is not, as it may sound, this song is not about my Brompton. Brompton, 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 Brompton. Top line time. Brompton, 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 Brompton. Time to bring the beat back now, I think. Brompton, 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 Brompton. Cakes made from paper all on display. Everybody now has double barrel names. If you come around here, I'll make it all day. Tea bags, loose leaf, don't care either way. Sometimes I think, here we go again. Mr. P's going on about what's going through the strain. Now, I don't care for a thing you'll find. I have very few other things on my mind, because all I want to do is a nice cup of tea. All I want to do is a nice cup of tea. All I want to do is sing along at home. Nice cup of tea. All I want to do is a nice cup of tea. China made from bone. This is actually made from the ash of bones. Would you like a scone or scone if we prefer the pronunciation? I don't care where you're from. Nobody knows if it's scone or scone. Come now, let's not get cross. Have a custard cream, make yourself at home. All I want to do is a nice cup of tea. All I want to do is a nice cup of tea. All I want to do is a nice cup of tea. All I want to do is nice cup of tea. No, I've never done a song about it. Not as far as I know. I think you might doubt it. Well, then go through my back catalogue. Why don't you boom? Wait for it. Cup solo. I could do all the solo faces, you know. Be afraid of your instrument solo face. Here we go. The treading on Lego solo face. That's all I got so far. If you can offer me others, I'd be more than grateful. Boom! Thanks awfully. So, my friends, I'm going to play you something now from my latest long player, my lockdown classic, if you like. This is an album called A Thoroughly Modern Existential Crisis. This is another risky one, you see, because I've not played this one before, but we'll see how we go. This one, a lot of people said this is my masterpiece, but that's probably a stupid thing for me to say right now, because I'm about to make a bit of a pig's ear of it. Who knows? This is called The House. There I was, sort of being a flanner, flanning it up in the British summer. Then a house in the middle of a suburban South London street called out to me. Less than exquisite, it bid me to quit it. I asked if it is impossible to visit the good old days when all was great, because people around here seem scared of late. The house said that's just human nature. People are easily fooled or faked to, born in this place you already see so far. Unless you look properly, then you see past a sort of nostalgia that's but a farce. An empty shell, a plaster cast, then worry about it too late and invent a cop-out, a foolhardy sentiment. Like, wouldn't we just love things to be the way that we imagine that they used to be, but actually weren't. But actually weren't. Wouldn't we just love things to be the way that we imagine that they used to be, but actually weren't. But actually weren't. Then the house said, I remember when you were young, with your awkward ways and your silent tongue. Being carefullows with fretful lines, I've been tarted up, but I'm the same inside. Same foundations, walls in space, same frustrations set in place about past glories that were never there, but I was, and still am. Constant stoic, unheroic, bricks and mortar and episodic mold that flares up when it's cold. Just more signs I'm getting old. People want to feel assured when they're both scared and rather bored, so they dive into a lie about the past and time's gone by, and they sing, wouldn't we just love things to be the way that we imagine that they used to be, but actually weren't. But actually weren't. Wouldn't we just love things to be the way that we imagine that they used to be, but actually weren't. But actually weren't. Wouldn't we just love things to be the way that we imagine that they used to be, but actually weren't. But actually weren't. Wouldn't we just love things to be the way that we imagine that they used to be, but actually weren't. But actually weren't. I should probably stop it there, but these strings are so nice, I'm just going to let it play on. Wouldn't we just love things to be the way that we imagine that they used to be, but actually weren't? I think we may get back to Christmas now, shall we? Just for a tad. What have we got left on the Christmas front? Now don't forget, there is the tip jar, of course, down the bottom there. Do, you know, support the arts and all that sort of thing. So I did mention earlier that that song I played second, Looking Forward to Leaving, was simply about social situations, and earlier on in the year, and now it's about, you know, looking forward to leaving the house and perhaps going to the pub. But I don't really remember how to do that anymore. How do you go to the pub? I just don't know. This one is a little Christmas song about the current situation that we, in this silly little island, find ourselves. Turkeys are waiting for Christmas again. I think those turkeys need a new friend, someone to tell them the truth, how it ends, because the turkeys have voted for Christmas again. Turkeys have voted for Christmas again. I've seen the hand of friendship extend, but those with the power of words, they make it bend. That's why the turkeys have voted for Christmas again. Do join me in a whistling solo. turkeys have voted for Christmas again. I've seen it coming, but where will it end? With those with the power of words, they make it bend. That's why the turkeys vote for Christmas again. The turkeys, oh the turkeys, oh the turkeys, those silly turkeys. How's about a charity song? It's Christmas time. There's no need to be afraid. At Christmas time, we let in light, we banish shade. And in our world of plenty, we could spread a smile of joy. Could we? Put your arms around the world at Christmas time. Why not, I say? But say a prayer. Pray for the other ones. At Christmas time, it's hard, but when you're having fun, there's a world outside your window, and it's a world of dread and fear, where the only water flowing is the bitter sting of tears, and the Christmas bells are ringing now. Are they clanging chimes of doom, are they? Well, tonight, Bono's reaching out and touching you for some reason. I don't know why. Well, there won't be snow in Africa this Christmas. Oh, there might be snow in Africa. I mean, Kilimanjaro's there. The greatest gift they'll get this year is perhaps a copy of Mr. B's Chap Hop Songbook, Volume 2, available from gentlerhymer.com. There nothing ever grows. No rain or rivers flow. Do they know? It's Christmas. Tell it all. They probably do. Here's to you, raise a glass for everyone. Here's to them underneath the burning sun. Do they know? It's Christmas. Tell it all. Well, yes. Okay, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to sing the Feed the World bit. If you can sing the Let Them Know It's Christmas Time bit, that's how it works. Sing up at home. Feed the world, sing. Feed the world. Feed the world. Feed the world. Thank you. Well, my friends, as we come towards the end of this little special live stream from the beautiful St. John's on Bethnal Green, thank you awfully for joining me. Don't worry, we're not quite done yet. Got a couple of bits to do. I couldn't leave you all without a bit of a rave up, of course. So that's what's going to happen. It was around about 1988. My old school chum Edward decided for some reason, unbeknownst to me, I don't know why I'm standing like a stand-up comedian here. I've got my microphone down there and holding onto the mic stand, but there you go. This is the stance I've taken. He decided for some reason to re-christen himself Acid Ted. No idea why he did this, but he used to take me to places not as nice as this, but sometimes give me a little sweet, so maybe we're on the choir. This is for him and for you all. When you know that any mountain is capable of moving, I'm a gentleman rhymer and I'm proving you could be what you want to be. Let your soul and your body and your mind be free. There's nothing in the world that can hold us back. Write down a lyric, put it down on wax and cold rock, and take it straight to the top with an attitude to try and take a not-be stop. Set your mind on what you want, and you can get high. Put detailed thought into every desire. Believe in yourself, you know that you'll find there's no can't in a trouble-free mind, one of a kind. We all are that. We're going all the way is where I'm at. Delivery smooth like water from a fountain. That's why I can move any mountain. Move any mountain. Move any mountain. I can move any mountain. I can move any mountain. Singing along at home. Here we go. I look I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. We like to. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. We like to. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. We like to. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. We like to. Woman, you cute. I don't need no makeup. A nice cup of tea in a china cup. A cup of tea and a nice hot cross bun. Ask about sugar. I take none. It made me physically sick. Physically sick. Physically sick. It made me physically sick. Physically sick. Physically. Sorry, comedy cough. Don't worry. Physically sick. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. We like to. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. We like to move it. And to take you back now to the second summer of love. Let me take you to a place I know you want to go. It's a good time. Yes. I'm going to spin around and grab you. Just don't say no. Or there may be consequences. I have got a feeling that you're going to like it. What I'm doing to you. Ha ha ha. And when I'm doing what I'm doing, I'll be doing what you want me to do. Grammatically ambiguous, I know, but you know. One for the connoisseurs here. The Mozarts of techno. A couple of Morris dancers from Brighton, don't you know? Who had lasers for eyes. Every now and again, myself and Edward will sit around his place, perhaps smoke the odd hookah, and speak absolute gibberish. Sometimes sounding like this, you'll say. Wadi, wadi, wada-la-di-di, wadi, wadi, wada-la-di-di, wadi, wadi, wada-la-di-di, wadi, wadi, ya-na-na, wada-di-di, wa. Hands in the air moment at home, you know. Who's coming up for the rush? What day in my day, and I know what the day was. What day in my day, and I know what the day was. Sing up for Flinty. I'm going to send him to outer space. Find another race. Sing up at home. I'm going. Louder. I'm going. Pay close attention. I'll take your brain to another dimension. I'll take your brain to another dimension. I'll take your brain to another dimension. Pay close attention. Pay close attention. Pay close attention. So, my friends, we're towards the end of the show now. We're right there. What I'd like to do, for starters, is thank St. John's Church on Bethnal Green, this beautiful, beautiful venue, which we hoped to have some people in, but we didn't. But it's fine. It's an honor to be here anyway. I'd like to thank Alex for putting this on, Mr. Alexander Gold. I'd also like to thank Gareth and Zach for doing techie things. They've been splendid. So do pop your tips in the tip jar down there. Buy me a coffee. It says buy me a coffee, but yeah, I will spend it on tea. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. don't feel offended if I do spend it on tea. But my friends, I'm going to leave us with a little tribute and a little sing-song. We live in curious times. I was saying this time last year. We did then. We do so even more now. But maybe we're heading towards the light. But I think everything started going horribly wrong about January of 2016, without being too exact about the whole thing, but I shall. And there was a chap who was a trendsetter throughout his entire life. And the trend he seemed to set in 2016 was all the good people dying. We lost Corbett. There were some others, I don't know. There were some others. But what I'd like us to do, to finish up, thank you so much for listening. I've been Mr. B, the Gentleman Rhymer. Do join the Guild of Chap Hop on Patreon, or come and find me on Bandcamp tomorrow, where the new Christmas single will be out. And all the other albums, all my other 10 albums are there, all that stuff. So thanks awfully for listening and watching. This has been an experience, I must say. So in the meantime, let's have a little sing-song, a little tribute thus.
I've always found that I collect. I'm a collector. And I've always just seemed to collect personalities, ideas. I have a hodgepodge philosophy, which really is very minimal.
Didn't know what time it was, the lights were low, ho, ho. I leaned back on my radio, ho, ho. Some cat was laying down some rock and roll. Not so what he said. I mean, simply what he said. I'm just reporting it to you, and that's what I do, generally speaking. Then the loud sound, it seemed to fade, hey, hey. Came down like a slow voice on a wave of fade, hey, hey. So that's not a DJ, that was lazy cosmic jive. Sing it along at home. There's a starman waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks he'll blow our minds. There's a starman waiting in the sky. He showed us not to blow it, for he knows it's all worthwhile. He's old man. Let the children use it. Let all the children use it. Let all the children boogie. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, everybody.
I seem to draw a lot of fantasies out of people. I love life very much indeed.
Let the children use it. Let all the children use it. Let all the children boogie. Mournful chords to finish.
Maybe we have to exist and live on the idea that we have one day at a time